Welcome, families, to the I-21 Logo Program information presentation. The following will provide you information on the program your student will be a part of this school year. During this presentation, the I-21 Logo Program will be defined, device basics will be discussed along with an overview of the device user agreement. Internet access is necessary for completing some course curriculum. An overview of Internet access choices will be provided, as well as the option to check out 4G wireless access points. The presentation ends with valuable resources for families to use at home to support good digital citizenship. The San Diego Unified I-21 Interactive Classroom is an engaging, interconnected learning environment designed to optimize student access and participation by integrating audio, visual, mobile computing, and formative assessment technologies across the curriculum. Students participating in the I-21 Logo program get the added benefit of utilizing the digital tools away from school 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With these 21st century tools, students have access to a wide variety of learning at their fingertips. This changes the dynamic of learning so that it's not about acquiring the information from the teacher. It is about what you do with the information. Students also have access to tools such as Google Apps for Education and Google Classroom, which create an easy way for students and teachers to collaborate with classroom learning. Per discussions with local universities and businesses such as Qualcomm, these 21st century tools allow for powerful communication and transference of ideas while providing a foundation for college and career readiness. What is the device your student is receiving? It is a Yoga 11e by Lenovo with the operating system of Windows 8.1. The device is a 2-in-1, meaning it can function as a tablet or a netbook. The students simply fold the keyboard back to use the touchscreen only, and then fold the keyboard back to laptop mode to access the keyboard. Students' documents are stored on the computer and backed up in the Sandy.net cloud. If not, they can work on their documents and save to the computer. When they return to school, they can sync their work with the cloud. This guarantees the student's work is backed up. The student will be assigned the following items: a device with internet built in, a bag, and a charger. The filter is built into the computer. No matter what internet network students access, the internet will be filtered. Internet is necessary for completing some course curriculum. The School of Attendance will provide adequate computer access if students do not have internet access at home. While students are at school, they access digital curriculum through the district's network. Students will also need access to the internet when away from school for completing some assignments. If they have a network at home, they can connect to that network. Students can also access free wireless hotspots away from school. Libraries, public schools, some parks, coffee houses such as Starbucks, and restaurants such as McDonald's and Denny's. It is important to keep internet safety in mind when accessing public networks. Remember, if it is a public network, it is not secure. Students should not be accessing confidential information while accessing the internet through a public network. Secure networks, such as most home networks that require a password to access, are protected from breaches of privacy or malware. It is always important to know what type of browser is being used and what type of information is being shared. Do not download anything while on a public browser. The students need to form a habit of charging the computer at night. The battery, when charged, should last 6 hours under normal use. There will be no guarantee that an outlet will be available to the student during the day. The charger should be in the bag at all times in case there is a need to charge. There are many levels of technical support for students. First is the student. The students will be given a troubleshooting checklist and job aids for many common problems. It is the student's responsibility to keep their device up to date using the district-provided updates only, and troubleshoot and solve problems before requiring a repair ticket and a loaner device. However, if the student's device is in need of repair, then report the issue to the school immediately. A loaner device will be assigned to the student, and a request for service will be sent to the district's IT team. When the device is repaired, the student will return the loaner in good working condition, and their device will be returned or a permanent replacement will be provided. Next, we will move on to the Device User Agreement. Here is the contract that you and your student will need to go over and sign. The student will be given a netbook along with a charger and a carrying bag with an optional strap. The total value is $550, but if the device is destroyed, stolen, or lost, the family is only responsible for the $100 insurance deductible to replace the device. All of the components will be checked out to the student through the library and will be returned to the library at the end of the school year to clear the student's library record. It is important to note that the fees assessed on the student's record will remain on the record until the fees are cleared. Here's the price list for replacement or damages. A district student device is available for your use for educational purposes only. Treat this equipment like it is your prized personal property and always use common sense. Remember, a damaged device loses significant value. The following checklist will be gone through with your students at school before the contract is sent home. Please discuss the user agreement with your student as well and make sure each understand the contract, expectations, and responsibilities of students, families, and the school. When you are ready, please sign and print your name to the contract. Your student should also sign and print their name. On the day of distribution, the condition of the device and components will be noted and initiated that each item was received. The student is to mark if they need to check out a wireless access point. If so, they need to ensure that they can connect to the 4G network before accepting the component. The netbook agreement is based on the district's acceptable use policy, which is included in the parent handbook and agreed upon on the universal form. The addition of the netbook agreement is to review with students and families the expectations, use, access, and care of the device while assigned to the student. The students are expected to practice good digital citizenship while using the district-issued device. As previously mentioned, the students' devices have an internet filter built into the software of the computer. This will restrict many websites. However, it is not foolproof. Families can support their students by monitoring their use at home. If the student accesses an inappropriate site or a dangerous download, they have been instructed to navigate away from the site and cancel all downloads. The students are to report this to their teacher immediately. Parents looking for more information on how to teach good digital citizenship at home can look at Common Sense Media, Stay Safe Online, and SafetyNet as valuable resources. These websites offer discussion starters and simple family lessons that cover many topics of digital citizenship. Parents or legal guardians, please feel free to use your student's device to access these resources. We highly encourage families to discuss the work the student is doing on the device and monitor the student's use continually. Please communicate with the school if you have any concerns. Remember, report problems immediately. Devices are expected to be returned in good condition. Report loss or theft immediately. Students are expected to bring their devices charged each day. And internet access may be needed to complete some assignments. A list of internet access points, hotspots, in the neighborhood will be provided, along with resources for families regarding starting up low-cost internet access at home. This concludes the presentation. If you have further questions about the I-21 Learning on the Go or LOGO program, please contact your child's school. They will be able to assist you further.